Well, I first came to Grayshott about 40 years ago when it was known as probably the first sort of serious health spa in England. I bought it 10 years ago when it was rather run down, rather sad. At the time, you know, hotels were plonking on spas left, right and centre, and so we decided we needed to do more for beauty and things like that, and we did that for a few years. And then about 3 years ago we decided we needed to go more to the serious side of health, what I call the need market as opposed to the want market.
Well, when we first started at Grayshott, we had very few treatments. We had a very old-fashioned gym. There was none of the gym equipment that we have nowadays. It was the bars and the benches, the sort of thing that you used to have at school in the 70s. The main treatment was massage. Aromatherapy was just making its debut at that time, and reflexology was a really unusual treatment. So from then we've come a long way.
Congratulations to Grayshott on their 50th birthday, and we're delighted that they've used this opportunity to mark what's really the new treatment now for cancer. It's not just the medical side, it's those other support networks. So I'm delighted they've been so generous with the Haven Trust and other charities.
So we started developing different programs, and the first one of which was Grayshott Health Regime, which is about repairing your gut and nutrition.
If you've been through a really difficult time with disease, cancer particularly, and gone through some difficult treatments, your body's immune system is going to be affected, and there are certain key things that one has to do post-treatment to really help the body to restore itself.
I've been involved in health eating for about 25 years, and for many years it was all pretty much the same, but the last couple of years, very excited, we've come up with this new regime, which is based on healing the gut. Making food taste good, look good, really important, and certainly when you used to go to spas, I don't think you really expected much about the food, but now hopefully that's one of the reasons you choose to come to Grayshott.
And then that led on to the idea, well, you know, recuperation, so people can come after having had an operation or some sort of bereavement or things like that. So we did that, and then last but not least we've come to this new program which is about nurture and support, and those are the two cardinal words: nurturing people, supporting people. And I think in the world in which we're living today, which is enormously stressful, deeply competitive, where people, if they're not well for 100 different reasons, it could be cancer, it could be all sorts of other things, there's very few places to go where you can be really nurtured and supported.
They asked me if I could be involved to come and have given ideas to what they could do to change, to go forward, because while the health spa is fantastic, they needed other things. And I went there and I just thought there's so many hospitals and that don't know where to send people post-operatively, post-illness. There's nowhere of any quality, and I thought what a fantastic opportunity to go to somewhere like Grayshott, which is amazing, beautiful surroundings, and you could only feel better by going there, and I thought this is really something. So then I said, but I think if you're going to go down that line, you'd need a medical board to be able to actually help and be advised and give a bit of kudos to it, what you're doing. And it's sort of grown from there really, and it is fantastic. I introduced them to lots of doctors and they have been so enthusiastic about it.
Today we're launching Nurture and Support, which is a programme enabling people living with cancer to be able to have more treatments in spas. So we've teamed up with a spa who've put together an amazing range of treatments for us.
The programme is designed for guests that are post-cancer, and we've put together a range of 7 treatments, and all of them are gentle but very effective. So the idea of the treatments are that they are relaxing and they are nurturing for the body and the mind, and they will nourish the skin but also work in harmony with the body.
It's making people feel better, it's giving people the opportunity of fighting this disease in a lovely way, in the sense of having the treatments, having the massages, having additional benefits so that they don't feel so despondent when they're going through this difficult time.
I think when you're having to cope with those sort of private things, it is great to be aware of a cause and realise that you could go to somewhere not only be aware, but there are other people involved and other people who are sympathetic.
Grayshott's initiative to try and take in people who've been through the treatment and we're nurturing them gently, so nothing invasive, nothing horrible, but just a bit of TLC in a lovely spot, and you can see how that would help.
So they're not just looking at healthy living, and which of course is very important, but they're actually doing something for people who are actually suffering at a time. And I think, it is absolutely wonderful, and I'm so thrilled and proud to be involved.
We're an individually owned, we're not a chain, we are where we are, we're very English, and we like the fact that we're very English. We're very happy with what we've got, but what we want to do is to make it a lot better in terms of the care that we can offer and the care that we give. And that is why probably around 40 to maybe 50% of our guests are constantly returning guests and come twice a year, 3 times a year, depending on what they can in terms of time, and that makes me very proud.